Welcome to my sports betting channel. Place your bets. It is first round Friday. First round Friday. I want to make sure I get it right. I just woke up. So today we have 16 games on the schedule. Let's see who's playing who. And let's take a look at my betting board. All right, let's take a look at the first 8 games for first round Friday. All righty, we've got Kentucky versus Santa Clara. Kentucky is a 3.5-point favorite, money line minus 160. Texas Tech versus Akron. 7.5-point favorite, money line minus 325. That's more in my comfort zone. Arizona versus Long Island. Arizona, 30.5-point favorite. Point spread. The money line was unavailable. Virginia versus Wright State. Virginia is a 18.5-point favorite, money line minus 3,000. Iowa State versus Tennessee State. Iowa State is a 24.5-point favorite, money line minus 10,000. Alabama versus Hofstra. Alabama is an 11.5-point favorite, money line minus 750. Villanova versus Utah State. Utah State is a 1.5-point favorite, money line minus 125. Tennessee versus Miami, Ohio. Tennessee is an 11.5-point favorite, money line minus 600. And I noticed a pattern while putting these charts together. Is that, have you noticed that on the total, which I never talk about, but the total on all of these games are 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So it's actually, I was thinking about it last night. Vegas, they set the total, and it's actually, when you think about it, it's quite clever. So to win your total bet, that total has to be 146 because it's 145.5. But if it's at 145, you're not going to win. So at 145.5, to win that total bet, it has to be 146. So I find that kind of clever and interesting. So it's just the total. I never mess with it. It's a bet that I'm really not comfortable with. Point spread, yeah. Money line, my absolute favorite. If you've been watching me all year long, you would know I always bet on the money line. So, but I thought that was kind of interesting, the over under and where it's set. It's 145.5. So anyway, let's get to the next 8 games. All right, here are the second 8 games out of the 16 games that are being played today on first round Friday. Iowa versus Clemson. Iowa is a 2.5-point favorite, money line minus 135. St. John's versus North Iowa. St. John's 9.5-point favorite, money line minus 550. UCLA versus UCF. UCLA is a 5.5-point favorite, money line minus 235. Comfort zone, love that one, 235. Purdue versus Queens, North Carolina, money line, or let's see, point spread, 25. Purdue is favored by 25.5 points. I'm still trying to wake up. 10,000 on that money line, minus 10,000. Florida versus Prairie View. Florida is a 35.5 point favorite. Money line was unavailable. Kansas versus California Baptist. Kansas is a 13.5 point favorite. Money line minus 1,400. UConn versus Furman. UConn is a 20.5 point favorite. Money line minus 5,000. Miami versus Missouri. Miami is a 1.5 point favorite. Money line minus 135. The games that I like, the red box, green box, another red box. I mean, I can't really bet on these. There's really nothing to bet on. So, anything that I put in a box is pretty much going to go on my betting board. So let's go take a look at my betting board and see how much money I put on these games. All right. Here's my betting board. Here are the games that I've got picked for today for first round Friday. Out of those 16 games, I've got 6 games picked. I pretty much stuck with the ones that had money lines you could bet on. So, Kentucky versus Santa Clara, I did a $2.50 bet on that minus 160 money line. Villanova versus Utah State. Utah State, 1.5 point favorite. Money line minus 125. I like that. I'm comfortable with it. $2.50 bet. All right. I've got 3 upset bets today. Three upset bets. Hopefully I get them right. My first upset bet is, so we've got Texas Tech versus Akron. The favorite is Texas Tech. They're a favorite by 7.5 points. Well, I'm going to pick Akron. So I'm doing a $2.50 bet. I'm going to do that plus 260 money line. My second upset bet, Miami versus Missouri. Miami is a 1.5 point favorite. I'm going to take Missouri for the upset bet. $2.50 on that plus 110 money line. Iowa versus Clemson, my third upset bet. Third upset bet for the day. Iowa is a 2.5 point favorite. Well, I'm going to take Clemson. I'm going to take that plus 110, $2.50 upset bet. UCLA versus UCF. I love that money line. I'm very comfortable with it. That's why I have it in a green box. UCLA minus 235. I'm going to do a $5 money line bet there. My record is 3-3. I'm only doing one parlay today. So my $1 parlay, $1 parlay is going to be Akron and Mississippi. I've got 1850 going out. Remember, I'm a small unit bettor, so we're just getting started. I'm just kind of feeling my way around the tournament. And yesterday, mediocre day. I went 3-3. I won $1.60, so my bankroll is now $304.60. As the day progresses, I don't know, I might make up my mind to do some side bets. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided. Tonight, I will let you know when we do our wrap-up video. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out my channel. Hey, if you're going to watch March Madness, make some money. Make money while you're watching basketball games. I mean, how cool is that? So anyway, tell your friends and have a great day and go get that money.